Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So we decided we're actually going to rename this panel the Blonde Bombshells.
There you go.
We're going with it. So y'all, I'm so excited. My name is Erin Tweed. I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves, and then we're going to give you our best tips.
My name is Susan Wade. I'm an Ambassador Diamond. I started this business 6 years ago. I was anxious, depressed. I was always trying to please other people and kind of live my life for them. And when I ended up joining It Works, it completely changed my life. Within 6 months, I replaced my nursing income. Within a year, I was a top earner. We have now, my husband and I, paid off over $450,000 in debt.
That's awesome.
And in the next 2-3 months, we will be living in a house fully paid for. We have 4 babies, ages 9 months, 2, 4, and 5, all girls. And so if you're a mommy, you can definitely do this business. But you know, when I first started, my own family pretty much told me that I was not going to be successful in this. And so if you're out there and you have haters, or you even have like people that are close to you say that you can't do this, you definitely can, because I wouldn't be here right now if I would have given up.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Just a little nervous, but I'm going to do this. My name is Emily Worsing. I'm a presidential diamond from Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's been about 2.5 years, almost 3, and my story is a little different than Susan's. I have no kids. I started as like a complete broke college student. I was in debt. I was just nervous kind of about my future. I was a lost pup. That's what I tell everyone. So basically, you know, I started, you know, I went Ruby in 4 months, and then I kind of lost myself a little bit. You know, I was confused. I was in a rut for 8 months. It was a while, you know. I blamed my anxiety and my depression on so many things, and then, you know, I started hanging around people in the business who inspired me, you know, to want to do better, and I wanted to be inspired and find that motivation. So one day I just kind of had that light switch, and I'm like, I want this, you know, I want to stop struggling. I want to have a better future for myself and my family. So I just went at it. You know, I promoted to diamond in 11 months, 2 months after that, double, 3 months after that, triple, 5 months after that, presidential, and it's just been so
Awesome.
Woo! Anything that you guys are going through, no matter what it is, like you can get over it. You know, you just have to self-develop and believe in yourself and never give up.
Yeah.
Okay, and my name is Erin Tweed. I am from Houston, Texas. So I got started, it'll actually be 4 years at the end of this month, and I got started because I wanted $500 extra a month to help pay for childcare. I was a nurse working full-time, Monday through Friday, long hours, and I just got tired of missing the moments with my son. We had credit card debt, student loans, mortgage payment, like every kind of thing that you could have, we had it. And so being able to join this business in my 2nd month in, I was achieving that. And so after that, I caught the vision and just ran with it. 3 years ago, my husband and I started an unexplained infertility journey, and because of this business, we were able to pay cash for IVF. And now we have, she's 7 months old today. So
Yay! Woo!
Okay, so we're going to talk about fun trips. And Susan, you and your family just got back from Mexico. So share a little bit about what happened on that trip.
So I'm all about, you know, this panel is called Building Your List. So I'm all about relationships. And, you know, while we were in Mexico, I promised my husband, because I've really not taken a full break from my business in 6 years. And so I said, okay, I won't be on social media, because that's our thing, right? So I knew deep down that I can still build my list in person. So I was in Mexico, I was making relationships with all these couples in the pool. And what is the one thing that everybody always will ask you when you're in conversation? They say, well, what do you do for a living? Even women, you know, even moms. And I say, well, I work for a health and wellness company. Have you ever heard of keto or It Works? And I always tie those two together, because keto is a new buzzword right now. And people go, I think I've heard of It Works, but I'm kind of curious about keto, so it always leads into conversation. So I was doing this the whole week. I, this one couple in particular, I ended up changing our dinner reservations. We ended up going to dinner with them. I had my Fat Fighters, I had my Thermofit in my purse. I had them on the, I took them out, jiggling them around. They're gonna ask me what they are. I had my business card. She wanted to try the Keto Energy. So that's what I was pretty much doing all week, is I was building these relationships. We were texting all week long. It was during the promo. She knows that new promos are coming this weekend, and so I'm really, really excited to connect with these people that I made relationships with while I was away. And I was, not on social media very much, so I still obeyed the rules.
I love it, because we just got back from Indiana. We went back home to my husband's hometown, and I had my keto coffee ready to go. I just asked the flight attendant, I said, can I have a cup of hot water? And she immediately was like, well, I've been hearing about that keto coffee. Like, does it work? Does it taste good? And I said, here's a sample. And so I was able, I had that ready. I knew that was going to be a buzzword. I knew she was going to ask me immediately, just saying, you just need hot water. So it's just simply starting conversations with people, and our products are amazing, and I'm obsessed with the fact that they're going to be coming out with those samples that we're going to have easy access to give those to everybody. So Emily, I know you do a lot on social. And so will you share a little bit about how you get referrals and how you're adding to your list with Coast to Post?
So actually, to add on to that a little bit, wearing your clothes is awesome. Like I'm obsessed with our clothes, so I travel a lot too, but even though I'm really mainly focused on social media, I love to rock my clothes at the gym, and they're cute clothes too, so I have girls coming up to me sometimes asking questions. So that's something that's really important, and to utilize, what we're wearing, which is awesome. It's simple and easy. Okay, so referrals. I feel like a lot of people don't do this. Guys, work through your loyal customers that you have already. It's super important. You already have that trust that you have built with them. So it's simple, asking them for, help or for a favor, and I'm sure 9 times out of 10 they would love to help you, because again, they already have that trust with you. Most likely they already have amazing results, or if they tried it once, they're loving it already. And you can tell them, if you can make a post for me, you can give them a product post, and if 2 people order, whatever you decide, I can give you a free wrap or some free Keto Energy samples or keto coffee samples. So I do that a lot, and it works wonders, because not only do I already have my friends and my followers, but when my loyal customers post for me, I'm working through their friends and followers, and then they're adding me, and it just explodes from there. So it helps a lot.
I love it. So I'm sure there's, by show of hands, who has tried out the Host to Post? Okay, it's freaking awesome. So the beautiful thing, especially when you're training new distributors and getting people started, the best thing, a lot of times they're scared to post and wondering what people are going to think of them, right? Okay, so this is an awesome tool. Instead of saying, hey, can I count on you for support to become my customer and do this? Hey, can I count on you for support? Can you share something for me on your page? I would just love that if you could start that. So that's what I'm immediately having all my new distributors start doing, is Host to Post, because you can start branching out. It's an immediate way to start adding to your network, because you're interacting with those people that are connecting on those pages, and so it's an awesome, awesome tool. Okay, Susan, so we went offline, and we're going back online. So talk a little bit about social media for you.
So I think it's super important when we're on social media to stay true to who we are. I think there's a lot of new people in the room. I saw new hands go up. And when we have new distributors join, we need to remind them of that. And so when I'm adding new people daily on my Facebook, they're accepting my friend request, and that's because of the way I post on social media. I think it's very important that we show that we're passionate and that we have fun with it works. And your Facebook and Instagram should be like a diary. As they're following you, they're kind of, I like to use the analogy, people like to make fun of Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, they follow them. And they watch them, but it's because they're, they have this, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. Yeah, the brand, you're still gonna follow them even if you're not necessarily interested in what they're doing, right? So I'm giving people what they want, even if it works. And they're not gonna unfollow me, so they still see me as interesting. So as I'm posting about my family, my kids, my husband. I'm posting these things and I'm not just plastering, it works constantly. I don't look spammy. So I'm adding new people, I'm building my list, and in a way I'm also scouting. I'm clicking on their profiles. I'm going to local groups like community groups, mom groups. I'm clicking on their profile because I'm trying to find people that I see. Okay, I see this person as being on my team. I see this person as being my next customer. So I'm doing the work. And I also talked to Erin, you know, when we discussed this, I said, when I'm scrolling Facebook and Instagram, I'm working. I take that focused time, and you know, we're so used to just scrolling over and over, but I sit and I focus and I say, okay, I don't need to be following this person, or if I'm following this person, she's brand new, I'm gonna write their name down, I'm gonna write what I like about them, I'm gonna write what new product do we have coming out that I can write them, and you know, when the cold messaging gets a little tough, that's when I do the referral. I say, hey, instead of, you know, joining my team or instead of being my new customer, do you know of anybody that could use money? And 7 out of 10 times they say, well, I do, or I want to use that. Tell me more about keto.
I love it. Okay, so Emily, I know you do a little bit more of reaching out and starting that initial message. So will you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so coming into this business, I wasn't, and I'm still not very outgoing, so I know a lot of people get a weird vibe sometimes with messaging and reaching out, and listen, that's okay. You know, you don't have to be super outgoing, but you do have to believe in the products and believe that this business is going to change people's lives, because that's what's going to make it 10 times easier for you to do that. You know, when my new distributors tell me that they're nervous to reach out or they're nervous to post, you know, I ask them, you know, if you believe that the products and the business would change their life, wouldn't you want to share that? And 10 times out of 10, they say, well, yeah, that makes sense. So I love reaching out to people, and I love, you know, asking them whether it's a referral, which I've been doing a lot, instead of just saying, hey, would you like to be a product tester? For example, you know, I'll ask if they know anyone who would want to do that instead. So I kind of mix it up too. So I think it's really important to reach out. Even if you want to start with reaching out with people who like your pictures that you post, instead of just randomly messaging your followers, and go for it. But it's super, super, super important to start building that list and planting as many seeds as you possibly can, and reaching out to people is the best way. Sometimes I'll even reach out and give them a compliment from their pictures on their page, you know, or something that we have in common. So you're talking about creating a brand. So for me, I'm a college student, so I'm going to go and I'm going to add and follow people that are college students, you know, or who's a cat mom or a dog mom, right? Because I don't have children, and that's what you're going to relate to, and that's how they're going to relate to you as well. So do something that makes you feel more comfortable, because then that's going to give you more of a guide, more of a vision, more motivation to really jumpstart that.
That is. That's good.
So I know for me, when we were going through like our infertility journey and IVF, I joined a lot of IVF groups, support groups, local ones, also, you know, just ones on Facebook, and I started connecting and adding people through that because I constantly saw people that were struggling, saying that they had to take out a second mortgage, extra loans, and so I wanted to be the first person that they saw and thought of and said, hey, maybe I need help with, you know, paying for the treatment or paying for medication, and so I wanted to be that constant on their newsfeed and connecting. But I also made that relationship. It wasn't just like I'm spamming them with stuff. I was sharing our journey, I was sharing that whole process, and then connecting personally.
Thank you.
I love too, through Instagram, you can also go to, when you're searching, you can also search by place. So if you don't have a huge local team, that's an awesome opportunity for you to go and look at top area or top places in your area, start adding, connecting people, you know, restaurants, boutiques, all that kind of stuff to be able to add to your list. So,
I can catch that.
So I know for me, like when it comes to list building, I always challenge myself not so much to say, hey, I'm going to send out X amount of messages a day. More so it's how many actual conversations about this business do I want to have? How many people do I actually want to add to my hundreds list? Because I think everybody has a different number of how many people they're going to reach out to. Sometimes you can send 50 messages and get one response. Some days it may be 5 messages and all 5 people will reach back out. So it's just going to be finding that number, and that's how I will do that.
Yeah, and just to kind of bounce off of that, you guys, people can feel when you're being genuine. They really can. And so when you get used to these copy and pasted messages that you've got from your upline, which I'm not saying that those are wrong, it's a guide for you. But don't forget to send a voice memo. Don't forget as you're building your list and getting to know these people, and they're telling you about their kids, right? They're telling you about what's going on in their life. So I remember these things. I jot them down so that way when I'm following up with them, I don't immediately jump into, hey, have you signed up yet? Hey, have you gone to my website yet? I'll say, hey, you told me the other day you weren't feeling well and that's why you weren't able to, get on my website. How are you feeling? How's your daughter? You said you took her to the doctor.
Personal touch.
They feel these things, and they're not going to feel like they're just a potential to you. They're going to feel like you're their friend. And that is what this business is about. That's what network marketing is about, is you're getting to know people and you're building these true relationships. And once these people do join your team, you're going to also be their friend too. And so it's going to continue. And they're going to, the domino effect, they're going to turn around and do the same thing to build their list. And I really think that's one of the key reasons why we have the leadership that we do, is because we have genuine, good quality people. Sometimes it's not just about the number of messages, it's about the quality of your messaging.
Right.
I also want to add on something that I personally have just had an aha moment about. Guys, if you haven't reached out to your warm market, you gotta do it. And if you already have, you've been in for a while, do it again. I was so afraid to do it, and now a simple asking them to make a post for you, like you were talking about before, it works. And they will do it, and they will love to help you. The people who you are scared to message or ask or to talk to, I can almost guarantee like 9 times out of 10, they're the ones that are mainly the most interested. So even people you haven't talked to since high school, reach out to them. You never know where that one person can help you and take you in the business.
Absolutely.
I love it. And especially too, once you've been in the business for 4 years, some people, they may have been nervous or immediately put it off when you first got started, but then when you're coming back around and you're saying, hey, they've been watching your journey for 4 years, and so they may be more apt to get started or things like that. But one thing that I want y'all to take away from this too is, this isn't just like a one-day work it and then we're done adding to our list. It is a consistent, constant effort every single day. So when promotions, like we just had the Fit 15 for free, how awesome was that?
That was great. Woo!
So when we had lists to follow up with, because we've built that consistently day in and day out over time. And so, you'll get asked questions all the time. Well, how did you sign so many people? Well, I've been building this list for 4 years. I have a lot of people to reach out to. So I want you to make sure that you're consistently putting in the effort, and it's going to pay off. Anything else that y'all want to add?
Yeah, just again, to go off of what she just said, most of the people that I'm signing, it's about 4 to 6 months after I planted that initial seed. And I think brand new distributors, they assume that ambassadors, presidentials, that we sign everybody right on the spot. And that is not true. We are working consistently day after day.
Yeah, just to add on to that, consistency is most important, guys, and especially when you first join, because you have that outlook sometimes, don't compare yourself, first of all. We have gone through the same journey as you. You just got to learn how to plant seeds every single day, and not 10 of them even, reach higher. My favorite thing to say is aim high, miss high. So put in a lot of work and you're going to get a lot of results.
Awesome. Well, can y'all give it up for my people? I appreciate it.
Yeah. Woo! Woo!